You ready, Nick? Let's get him. Tune in to me, you watching Gully TV. Oh boy, we got so much to talk about. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Peace to the world. Big Dubez, Sporty, Thieves in the building. Cheapskate, you ain't getting none of no pigeons. Boo! Fuck, I look like why I gotta do this, why I gotta do that. If I don't do this, talk about you whack. You heard?
Appreciate you coming on.
We in the building. I appreciate you, Gully.
I did a lot of research in regards to this interview, and I didn't want to focus on the tragedy associated with the group. And
but I mean, that's a talking point. But
yeah, I didn't want that to highlight the interview. And although it appeared that the Sporty Thieves was a brief period in time in hip hop, I just wanted to touch on the depth of and the impact of what y'all did at the time.
Okay, well let's get Brando out the way.
Okay.
Right? Let's get Brando out the way.
May 11th, 2001.
Unfortunately for us in hip hop, we salute a lot of fallen heroes that have been murdered or, you know what I mean, succumb to tragic deaths and atrocities, this, that, and the third. My man is a hip hop hero. You know what I mean? He passed away saving a little kid from getting hit by a car, took the hit, you know what I mean? And unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. So, you know what I mean? I want to touch on that because salute Marlon Brando Bryant, a hip hop hero.
Right.
We have one. He's a hip hop hero. You know what I mean? And you know, for a certain amount of years, I used to reach out to the certain media outlets, and the radio, this, that, and the third, to make sure they salute Brando. But yeah, moving forward, man, we got a hip hop hero, Marlon Brando Bryant, gave his life saving a young boy coming out of the corner store.
Incredible. Rest in peace to the God.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Super salute. And a super talent.
Right.
And a super talent. Had he been alive today, he would be, I bet dollars to donuts in the echelons of the Fabulouses and the Mazes and all that. He was that type of talent.
Yeah.
Facts.
I want to highlight the fact that y'all was some writing motherfuckers, man. Y'all was writing.
Yeah.
I went and did my homework this morning. I listened to those records, man. Y'all was talking some slick shit.
Well, street cinema, at the time, right? We got our deal in '97, right? At the time, there was a lot going on, and a lot of people talking about a lot of different things, and us being from Yonkers, we initially started out as a 4-man group. First song we did as Sporty Thieves, it was 4 dudes.
Okay.
One dude dropped out, this, and the third. We became a 3-man group. There was already a 3-man group from Yonkers.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out how do we make us fit into this mold. And we came up with the street cinema format, the story format, and we said we're gonna make a conceptual street album,
right,
based on stories, and we wrote the shit out of that joint, you know. But you know the labels at that time, especially back in the '90s, you needed singles, you know what I mean. So you know that's when we came with the Mac Daddy, the Cheapskate. You know, whatever. But yeah.
Music is in your lineage.
Yes.
Could you touch on that briefly?
Dad was a bass player. Had a record deal in 1979 with RCA Records. They put out an album. It didn't do pretty good. due to poor marketing and promotion, and that's what it was. But he's always maintained, he was able to maintain being a bass player, doing clubs and this, that, and the third, starting bands, this, that, and the third, orchestrating joints, and you know what I mean? That's his life.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? It was already in the blood.
Yeah. When did you fall in love with this culture of hip hop?
As soon as I heard sucker MCs come through them speakers.
Right.
As soon as I heard sucker MCs come through them speakers, Gully, it did something. And from that point on, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. So when
I didn't know how I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't know, whatever the case may be, but I knew that was something that I wanted to do.
All right. Not knowing how you was gonna get there, initially your first foray into hip hop was as a young DJ.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I didn't even have techniques. I didn't even have 1200s.
Right.
I had like two different I don't even know what they were. You know what I mean? Mom did the best that she could to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what my baby want to do. Let me figure out and try to help them out. They would hand me down turntables and a mixer, and it was something that I, you know what I mean? Something that I started, and I won that guy.
Yeah.
I won that guy.
So that's when you decided you wanted to be an MC.
No, I was still pushing forward.
Okay.
I was still pushing forward. Eventually, you know what I mean? I got some techniques. You know what I mean? Eventually, I got a decent mixer, the one with the 4-second sampler on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dibbled and dabbled with production and all that. Initially, rapping was far from my mind. But, as time progressed, and I started to put words together and just, you know what I mean? I'm watching DMX, I'm watching Bill Blash, and these are at the time, these are local artists from Yonkers, DMX, Bill Blash,
right.
Travel Move, The Bomb Squad. I lived across the street from Sheik, from the Locks. I lived half a block away from Kiss. I went to high school with Kiss and Styles. Eventually, the Scribbles started coming together.
Was them niggas rappers in high school? Like, was y'all fucking?
Absolutely.
Y'all was fucking with
absolutely.
Y'all in the lunchroom barring it up and shit like
that? Yes. Trading bars.
Yeah.
Trading bars. Still sharp and still.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually, I did 2 songs with Kiss and Sheik in my house. One we did in the daytime. One I snuck them niggas in the crib, probably about half the block, 2:30 in the morning, in my apartment,
right.
Recorded. I got 13 niggas screaming to the mic doing the hook. Oh, it looks like a knife with blood. My mom started banging on the fucking door. Are you fucking crazy? I said, we need to hurry up and get this song done.
Right.
Word.
So the landscape in Yonkers at the time was that y'all had a local underground scene.
Super.
Yeah.
Super. My man, I mentioned Travel Move. Deshaun from Travel Move was one of the stars in the movie Zebrahead.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that joint.
I remember the name.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Waves was happening.
Right.
Waves was happening. Things were moving. Did
it ever cross your mind that the Warlocks, who would later be known as the Locks, would make the impact that they made in hip hop?
Absolutely.
You seen it in them?
And them and DMX were standouts.
Yeah.
Standouts. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? It wasn't no clue. It was something in the water, and I'm glad that, you know what I mean? I'm glad I came from that water.
Yeah.
It was something in the water at that time, bro. And yeah, it wasn't much of a secret. It was just timing.
Yeah. Until today, when I did my research, I didn't know that y'all was from Yonkers.
You know what I mean? Tripe the God, real shit, Gully TV. My nigga, for real.
My God.